All right, so here in the studios of Joy News, we have our winners of the Carbon in the Sky promotion who are going to be flying in the hot air balloon. I'm going to be introducing them in a bit, but Aisha has joined me and we're going to be doing Joy News Interactive together.
Exactly the point.
All right.
But you want to show viewers how they can go through the...
So I'm going to show viewers, because we put out a question earlier on our Facebook page, and that's how we got to select our winner. So I'm going to take you through the process. So this was a post we put out on October 9, as you can see at 4:59 p.m. And the question we asked, which was a really simple question, name 3 celebrities who have flown the hot air balloon so far. And we indicated that this is limited to residents in Accra because all balloon flights will be in Accra. So after this, we got a number of people answering the question. There were about 251 people who commented, and 261 actually. So we had several people. Now, after all of them, we shortlisted 40 people who gave us the correct answers. So after the previous post, then we put up the second post. And this was on October 17. And we tagged the people who actually got the correct answers. So there were 40 of them. Now, a number of them actually opted out because it turned out some people were not keen on flying the hot air balloon. And so we got people to answer. Michael Dexter is one of those who got the correct answer. Michael Dexter Sedo was one of those. And then we also had Matilda Dusu, who you can see her name showing up in a bit. Matilda Dusu also got a, okay, so Dusu Matilda. She also got the answer correct. So 4 people, yes. We asked the question, how many people can the balloon take, including the pilot, and there are 4 people, and so they got them correct. And so tonight we have them in the studios, and they're joining us. All right, so you come onto the set, and so that is Matilda, and then that is Michael. And so we're going to be asking you, well, not going to ask you any further questions. So you won. In a bit, I'm going to give you your tickets. Okay. Here they are. But I just want to find out, did you actually think that this was going to be possible when you attempted to answer the question?
No, actually no. I thought like a dream, like when I had a call, it was like a dream to me.
Okay, but when you started and you were supposed to answer the question, what did you think?
Oh, I just answered because I know the answer, but not actually to
win or something.
Yes.
Okay, and how about you, Michael?
Yeah, same thing applies to me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You just you didn't think that you were going to win?
No, because of the number of people that.
Yes.
I
you
just
didn't think that
to came.
Yeah.
You just decided.
All right.
To
But what do you do?
I'm a civil servant.
You're a civil servant, and you?
I'm a teacher.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay, so
Yeah. So having a civil servant and a teacher. So once you get up into the sky, you're going to share with your pupils the experience of flying. But are you sure you guys are ready to go up in the sky in the balloon?
Yes.
Of course.
You're ready, more than ready.
Really?
Yes.
You're not afraid?
No.
No, we'll go.
You're not afraid?
Oh, no.
Okay, so I think they can say that here, but when they get there...
But I'm sure you've been hearing the people talk about the experiences.
Yes, of course.
You're still sure you want to do this?
I'm sure.
Yeah? Okay.
I'll try.
You can't change your mind when you get there, you know that.
Okay, I'm going to give Aisha the honors of presenting your tickets to you.
Sure. Okay. So, let me do ladies first.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
ladies first, Matilda.
Matilda,
this is your ticket.
You.
Thank you very much for participating. And then Michael, your ticket. Okay, so this is it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's as simple as that.
Very simple. So you can also try.
Yeah. Okay, for us, our tickets are gone. These are the ultimate winners. For those of you who tried, well, better luck to you next time. We actually have something for you guys. We could, you get in touch with us. We have something for people who tried but didn't get to win. So we can talk about that later. We're taking a break, and then we'll return with Joy News Interactive. All right, so Joy News Interactive. Aisha Ibrahim is here. Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Israel. And I was watching those moves. What was Miji trying to do?
Shaku Shaku.
Okay, so talk about that.
And I know you can do that. You can do the dance really well.
Okay, don't take me there. All right, so you know it's on facebook.com/Joy News on TV. On Twitter, it's at Joy News on TV, and on WhatsApp, the numbers are on your screens. Now, most of the stories making headlines, these days, are the youth and lawlessness. Just yesterday, rampaging students of the KNUST destroyed about 30 vehicles and vandalized the university's property. We've also seen in recent times citizens burning ties and demonstrating to get government's attention to their demands. Why do you think Ghanaians are developing a taste for rioting?
It has to do with our leaders now, mostly our political parties. They're embracing violence in terms of talking about this. They are foot soldiers that these political parties are supporting here. So I think that is the more reason why this youth and these tech guys and resulting to this violence here. So it has to do with this because after the election we've seen a couple of videos of them attacking high court judges and all that, and it seems to me our president is more reluctant about that issue. So it is becoming acceptable in our society that we have to take the law into our own hands and to take drastic actions to issues like this.
It's a culture Ghanaians are copying from somewhere, and it is better the authorities, the powers that be, sit down properly and look at it, because this hasn't been our culture. Ghanaians don't burn ties like this. It's a Nigerian culture that they believe in burning ties, burning human beings.
It's more about training. I think the training you give our children from the home, they take it outside. And even apart from that, sometimes you train children, by the end of the day, they learn from their peers, this peer pressure. And as I was saying earlier, it happens that these things happen outside the country, and then since we just learn beyond our control, and then there are some things that we do that we think we are just doing it for fun, but then at the end of the day, it turned out to be something serious in a country.
If our leaders will take a second and listen to the plights of the youth, I don't think any of this will be happening, because it's about time. I won't also call it an autocratic leadership though, but I think it's about time we listen to the populace more and actually hear them out, other than enforcing rules or policies in place that are meant for the same people that we are enforcing them for.
All right, so those are some comments from the streets. A lot of the comments are on Facebook, on social media, everywhere. Let's check out yours on Facebook.
Right, Godwin says, you're always condemning what the youth did but refusing to question the leaders about what they were doing. Are you guys afraid of the leaders? As the time is coming that even if it takes life to stop our leaders from those. All right, these are not comments we like to encourage. Dennis says, students, KNUST students of the public ought to rise in fiscal murmur against this academic rascality and intellectual trepidation, approbating the. Okay, now you're using too many huge words. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, get to see more of the comments there. William says, rioting? No, it is just a forerunner of what's going to happen in future. Let's listen to the youth, respect them. The culture of wisdom rests only in us. Rests only in adults and children or youth must passively listen without questioning is a thing of the past. The issues about good governance involving participation, accountability, transparency, inclusiveness, rule of law, and respect for all, irrespective of origin, tribe, education, status, wealth, race, religion, color of skin, gender, and age. And Adachi says Ghanaians are developing taste for arts because they are never heard when they embark on a peaceful demonstration, and petitions are just received and thrown somewhere. But damaging of stuff which isn't the best attract the attention needed, and that is what people want. The attention is to be given to issues. Okay, that's a pretty long one, and so We'll just move on. Annaman says, riot is the language of the unheard. If a leader abuses his office and takes advantage of the masses, this is what will happen. These are just warnings and signals to our leaders. But if they use their pens, suits, and ties to enrich themselves, accumulated anger as electorate will one day graduate from such demonstrations to something else. Because voting them out even does not solve the ordinary Ghanaian problem. And Michael says, when a change is too long delayed, violence erupts here and thereafter. Not that man wills it, but the past accumulated grievances erupt with a volcanic fury. Dr. Kwame.
Okay, let me take some messages on WhatsApp. And Amatina says, this is heartbreaking. People want to take the law into their own hands. God have mercy on us. Please, my regards to Israel. I always love to watch him. So, Israel, that one is for you. This one, Ben from Takrady says, please, the students at the KNUST have disappointed me, Pa. There's no difference between them and the IRATs. I'm sorry. And Boachi from Kumasi says, I believe our leaders don't listen to complaints and suggestions from those beneath. And when people are not being listened to and their issues addressed and they become fed up, these are the things that will happen. Walanyo from Akweche says, since the impasse between the students' body and school authorities began, national security should have been on the ground through whatever means to prevent such an occurrence. We should blame Ministry of Education, National Security and the Police Service for the chaos in the KNUST. This one says, it's about time leaders take petitions seriously. And Rashid from WA says, I blame our leaders and not the youth because we promised them for our selfish interest and we aren't fulfilling those promises. Let me take this one. Kojo from Kumasi said, the leaders in this country have decided to switch off their brains on serious issues in the country. If care is not taken, the presidency might see something like this soon. And he says, hashtag beyond control. Edward says, good evening. And sometimes authorities should dialogue with stakeholders rather than impose any decision on them. I rest my case. And this one, he says, a student should be made to sign a bond of good behavior and made to pay twice the tuition fees to repair and replace the damaged items. A student should be a student. You apply to learn, not to determine how the school should be run. Those are some interesting comments coming on WhatsApp. Now, fuel price increase in the country. Fuel prices have gone up again, and the second time in barely 2 months. Both petrol and diesel have shot up by about 2.76%. Petrol now sells at 5 cedis 21 pesos per liter, while diesel is selling at 5 cedis 0.07% per liter. How does news of fuel price increase come across to you?
The best solution, the best solution is we should ignore these politicians. They are always saying things that they cannot fulfill. So we just rely on God and just move our life forward. I'm pleading with the government. We should do something better about the situation because now everybody knows it's a pink promise. It's not the musician, but it's a pink promise. The increment will be continued. Tomorrow, fuel prices will be going. It will go. I don't know whether it's going to gigabyte or megabyte.
We are living in an economy whereby each and every day things are going up, but yet still workers' salaries are down. So it's like if they increase their salaries, it will match up with the petrol, and they will not complain anymore because they will be able to live a comfortable life.
I think it is ridiculous, and I quite remember during the campaign, Baumia and Co stood on platforms and promised fuel reduction, and here lies, here we are, increments every day, and workers like me, our salaries are still static.
You see the mates taking 20 pesos on fares each day, and you're like, but I just took this car 2 cedi yesterday. Why is it 2 cedi 20 pesos today? So I think our leaders need to do something better. This was not what they promised us. I don't want to really be political, but this was not what they promised us.
All right, so those are some comments there, and let's check out what you've been saying and making out of this price increase.
Thomas says, before now, we were made to believe that the wickedness of the government led to the increase in fuel prices. Today, the increase is caused by external factors like Donald Trump's sanction and other international affairs. The mentality of all Ghanaians needs an overhaul. Maunyo says, kudos to government for yet another social intervention. Shaking my head. Baba Moro says, as for the fuel increase, it will continue. Sorry, because of the agreement signed. Not until we take full charge of our fuel industry and use our share to feed our fuel consumption, there is nothing we can do. Then Danny says, when it is time to vote, the price will be reduced. Ghanaians have short memory. That is why the political parties keep fooling us. Wake up, Ghanaians, and stop receiving false promises from politician lies. Sharif Suleiman, simple. It's a mark and a manifestation of incompetence on the part of the managers of our economy. Their actions in government is just in Congress, with their words, especially in opposition. Pity. All right, Aisha.
And some comments are also on WhatsApp. Anaman Respi says, the government does not hear the cry of Ghanaians. Our leaders always get served instead of serving us. Terrorists are not from anywhere else but part of the world. Let's ask ourselves why they are from. Let's be very careful. Miss Opon from Kumasi says, Lady in Red. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the compliments. This one says, workers' salary is really low. I wonder how we're able to make it through the month. So government is taking all these taxes to help its people, but the taxes are making people poorer. And this last one from I'm sorry. Let me get this one. He says, Obama from Pokwasi says, I've always questioned the usefulness of GNPC Boston Tor such that they can't refine the crude oil with drilling the country to good use to benefit Ghanaians and reduce costs. Those are some comments on WhatsApp. Let's check out our video of the day.
Water. Hurry.
Uncle, what did this I should do?
Pour me water.
Why you pour me water? You said I should pour you water, so I pour you water.
What does that mean? Pour water for me to wash my hands.
If you want to speak English, speak it well. If you don't know how to speak English, leave it.
Okay, so that's how we end the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim.